No player can stay at the top of the AFL forever. Whether it's age, injury, or a lack of motivation, a lot of footballers may have a season or two of great play and then fall backwards in form. Here are some current day players that are still in the competition but were once stars of it not too long ago. He got the nickname The Package for a reason. As a 21-year-old, Drake Stringer became a force in the AFL. He had a solid first couple years for the Western Bulldogs, playing 28 games and kicking 38 goals. No one really saw him coming. Another pre-season in 2015 set him up to be as fit as ever, and his strength, speed and skill could be fully utilised on the field. He started 2015 off well with 3 goals in round 1, but the round 4 match against Adelaide was his breakout effort. 6 big goals in a dominant win facing a very good team. Stringer kicked every type of goal in the game and showed his all-round forward skill. The threat of him dominating was always present, and in the 23 games he played in 2015, 8 times he kicked 4 or more goals, doing it 4 times in a row from round 18 to 21. He was named to his first All-Australian team and kicked 56 goals in the home and away season, leading the Bulldogs goal kicking. This was pretty much the best we would see of the package. The following year, he started off well, but got dropped to the VFL after round 21. He did return for the finals, kicking 5 goals in 4 games, with a couple of them coming at pivotal times in the semi-final against Hawthorn and the grand final against Sydney. Despite missing some games, he was again the Bulldogs' leading goal kicker with 42 majors in 23 total appearances. It's hard to believe, but he would just last one more year before he was traded out, going to Essendon. He did win the club goal kicking in 2018 and 2019, but combined only totaled 63 goals in the 2 seasons. There were flashes of the old Stringer here and there, but he became a shadow of himself, often being criticised for his weight, effort and overall professionalism.
You on Jake Stringer, Cornsey. There's a lot of people speaking about his physical condition yesterday. What do you make of that?
Yeah, I'll get smashed for this and the PC brigade will come after me, but if you're a full-time professional athlete, you don't present yourself like that. And to steal Ken Hinkley's line, you get what you deserve in footy, and that's why he returns 5 disposals yesterday, because he's not fit enough.
One last package appearance would return from round 11 onwards in 2021. Overall, he would finish the year as the 3rd highest ranked player, kicking 41 goals and averaging 16.5 disposals. 29 touches and 4 goals against Hawthorn, 19 disposals and 5 goals versus the Suns are a couple of his highlight performances. Fittingly, he signed a 3-year deal and has not been close to returning to this form in the last 2 years. He is still only 29, but his best days do seem past him, and his impact is nowhere near where it was in 2015 when he tore the AFL to shreds, even earning a nickname from BT. Back in 2013, Chad Wingard may have been the biggest name in all of South Australia. In his second year as a 20-year-old, Wingard put up season averages of 21 disposals and nearly 2 goals a game. It was a record-breaking campaign in the Powers Guernsey. He became the youngest player to make the All-Australian side since Mark Rasciuto in 1994, and his best and fairest win made him the youngest club champion since Craig Bradley in 1982. Looking back at round 19 of 2013, Wingard established his credentials in a crazy comeback win in the showdown. To this day, it still may be his best game ever. 24 disposals and 5 goals, including 3 in the last, got him the showdown medal. It was a clutch and gutsy kick that won Port Adelaide the game. He dropped off slightly the next season, but was still a star and won Mark of the Year. As good as he was in 2013, 2015 topped it, with Wingard kicking 53 goals in 22 games. From round 8 to round 22, he managed to kick at least 2 goals in every match, being a big highlight in an overall down year for the Power. At 22, Wingard had already collected 2 All-Australian jackets, a best and fairest and a showdown medal. But now at 30, he hasn't added any other accolades. His form wavered in 2016, kicking 38 goals, and the next 2 years saw him play forward but also increase midfield action. The stats were solid all round, but the impact wasn't as strong as it once was. At the end of 2018, he requested a trade to Hawthorn and was moved on after 7 seasons at the Power. He had a bad start with the Hawks, trying to overcome a calf injury, managing only 14 games and 12 goals in his first year. He did come third in the best and fairest in 2020, but his averages of 15 disposals per game and 18 total goals was far from the top line forwards. There was never any big drop off from Wingard, but a steady regression to being a solid AFL player. Overall, his time at Hawthorn has been marred by injury and a lack of pre-seasons. In any non-COVID year, Wingard has at most played 16 games in a single season and hasn't reached 20 goals in any of them. He tore his Achilles last year and was delisted, but Hawthorn did pick him back up in the rookie draft. No doubt a mix of injury trouble and lack of motivation led to Wingard fizzling out. At 22, he could have become anything and was one of the most exciting players in Port Adelaide's history. The next couple players fit in a similar category. Matt Crouch is just 28 years old, but his career was suddenly interrupted in 2021 after a groin injury heavily limited his mobility. If we adjust the 2020 numbers to equate a normal season, prior to 2021, Crouch had put 4 straight seasons together, averaging 30 disposals per game, a huge effort from a consistent ball winner. He totaled 30 Brownlow votes in this period of time and also won a Best and Fairest in 2017 while being named All-Australian. At the time, his 825 touches in the entire 2017 season, including finals, was the all-time record before Tom Mitchell in 2018 and then Jack McRae in 2021 surpassed it. For that final series, in which Adelaide lost in the grand final, Crouch didn't dip below 31 disposals, 5 clearances and 5 tackles in any game. He was one of the best accumulators in the AFL for half a decade. From 2022 onwards, he's been out of favour. He isn't the fastest player ever, and with Jordan Dawson and Rory Laird headlining the midfield, Crouch has played 18 games in the past 2 seasons. He has averaged 27 disposals in these matches, but for whatever reason Matthew Nicks has looked elsewhere. He did play the final 6 games of 2023, but his spot is far from guaranteed, and next season is shaping up to be Crouch's most important in his career. The other accumulator is Andrew Gaff. From 2015, his first All-Australian selection, to 2019, he was one of the best wingmen or on-ballers in the competition. He would mainly link on the outside, but his best season in 2018 saw him play far more at centre bounces, racking up a ton of the ball. The Brayshaw punch saw him miss from round 20 onwards, but at that stage he already had 16 Brownlow votes, a career high 12 goals, and a career best 12.20 player rating. His suspension meant he missed the premiership, but with all the games missed, he was still runner-up in the best and fairest. Since this point, it really has been a steady decline for Gaff, similar to the Eagles. 2022 saw his season end early due to an ankle complication and limited his impact on the field. 2023 was almost a career worst, and his 20 disposals per game was the same output in his second year for the Eagles. Some of his efforts weren't the best, and his overall drop-off isn't helped by the Eagles' struggles too. The 6-year contract he signed, worth about $5.5 million, finishes this year, and his future may depend on whether the former star winger can get back to his best. If you can think of any other players who were once big names in the competition, leave them down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back soon.